What do you mean by insecurity?
When I say insecurity, you have, what's the word? You know, I got third grade education.
Well, let me ask you a question.
When you have a fear, of something.
Okay, now if so, you're saying a man is secure if he allows other men around his woman. He's secure.
He's secure within himself.
What makes him secure that he allows men around his woman that he know?
That nigga, what makes if she choose to go that way with that man, then she's never been for me. That's up to her, and I move in the way that I need to move.
What makes him secure though? Because he knows that he can't control her, and so if she cheats, it is what it is. That makes him secure.
Period.
So,
damn, for real.
You know, I love. You've been rocking with me when they had 10 people watching this motherfucker.
Go ahead, ask your question. What's your question?
Well, you know, just in terms of even an old friend, you know, just considering what was being said, I think Illa has a point. I think you guys have a point in terms of he been a friend for a long time. In my head, I'm like, the fuck that mean to me? You know, like that's just how my head, like when I be thinking this shit, I'm a husband now, right? Or I don't, what you did generally, I don't, it is what it is, right? But what can he do for her? Can she go to him for the support? Can she go to him for money?
None of that shit.
I'm gonna let you finish answering.
Can she go to him for money?
No, she can't. That's my job.
Can she go to him for spiritual guidance?
No,
that's your job. Shit.
Exactly.
Can she go to him for protection?
No.
Like men, they go fight things of that nature. The strong boys would be taken and separated from their family, stuff like that.
Yeah, and they were they're used to yes. That's that happened.
So when we're criticizing black men, if you think it takes a couple generations to change, right? And we just went through some of the things you acknowledged happened to black men and were targeted specifically just 2 generations ago with your your generation. And then we come at black men like we did it all to ourselves. You don't think there's an apology of some sort in order?
Let me be clear. Let me be clear about something.
Shit.
I did not ask him for his pension because that had children outside of our marriage.
You left him for free.
Y'all always get on here. So shut the up.
You not
Y'all
listening.
always get on here.
You not
Try to
listening.
dismiss women. Stop
You
trying to
not
be
listening.
in abusive relationships, whether it is
You are not listening.
or not.
Bro, if you had 2 people sitting there, right? They had a one night stand. He put the rubber on, and you got to tell one of them they was wilding, and one of them they was wilding. You would say the woman was wilding.
Mm-hmm.
She should have made that nigga put a condom on.
Yeah, especially because niggas' dicks be dirty.
What level of responsibility? Well, not what the stats say. What level of responsibility would it be on? So he didn't put a condom on. She got pregnant. It's a one night stand. Who would you put the onus on for that happening more?
If I had to choose the woman because she gives the access.
Damn. So she should have made sure he put a condom on his dick.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Like that. Wow.
Look like Mr. Fantastic was right.
Brother.
Okay. Damn. So putting a baby.
That need to be a mom is huge for women. So depending on who the woman is, a woman with a kid is less desperate to have a baby with any goddamn body.
Okay. All right. But you're saying she's 28. The clock starts getting louder and louder.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the danger comes in.
She have a baby by a homeless person. She don't give a shit. she ready to pull up on her bridge with no panties on.
That guy from he just came home, right? He just got out of jail. What's his name? Meeks. Jeremy Meeks. I think he was a prisoner.
Yes.
He got with
good hair. Yeah.
He got green eyes and all that.
They wanted to get pregnant by that dude. Ain't got no job, no nothing. That's a perfect example. Yep.
Damn, man.
The dude with the green eyes, she wants her baby with. So that's what I'm saying. She find a whatever type of dude that would make a pretty baby. She online saying, I'm on birth control. You ain't gotta wear no condom. Nigga ain't got no job, no nothing, but he got green eyes. She had to bust it.
What I would recommend is you you get a job, right? You work it, maybe in an industry that you could thrive in. Learn it, right? Without the risk, build a foundation. That way when you jump into it, you're ready, Are we having a conversation? Are you here? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Are you responding to me, you think, or?
Who else am I responding to? I'm telling you what I hear. You asked me what I hear as far as that question.
I know, but as I'm breaking it down for you, is it?
Move on.
You're right.
Let it go.
You are partway chivalrous to like you and yours. Is that truly chivalry? Is it just you protecting your investment or your asset, which is your life? And I want to go back to maybe that isn't as chivalrous because you're protecting your investment, which is your wife. If somebody smacks her
Investment?
but the woman on the bus, the old lady on the bus is standing up with a cane, and you gonna sit there and sit your happy hips, your wide hips down that bus, and watch her stand up on that with that cane the whole entire time. That's not chivalry.
Are you saying that me protecting my wife is less chivalrous than me giving my seat up for some old hag?
Are you
No.
Are you really chivalrous if you are only protecting your investment?
It's mine, right?
Right, you're protecting what's yours, but are you truly chivalrous if you don't give up the seat on the bus?
Been only pursuing so much for the attention of women. This is all, it sounds so new to me when I'm hearing it, but maybe I didn't have this perspective before. Calvin was good. B-Love, what's up? But it's just like why we do things. Where does our moral code actually come from? How far are we willing to go to stand on it? Does your moral code have contingencies? You know, I have the clips queued up, but I'm just thinking through it. You know, the double standards. How long can we? I thought they just were a thing, but I guess they have like there's a reason for it. What do you mean by insecurity?
Speaking a place with young free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right. Speaking a place with young free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right. Speaking a place with young free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right. Still watch what you say out your mouth, cause 50 shots still turn the clock out. I'm Mr. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Get that when I'm traveling. Six pack wood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Get that when I'm traveling. Six pack wood when I'm traveling. Speaking a place with young free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right. Speaking a place with young free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right. Speaking a place with young free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right. Still watch what you say out your mouth, cause 50 shots still turn the clock out. I'm Mr. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Get that when I'm traveling. Six pack wood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling. Hood when I'm traveling.
Check. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ HAMP Stampede, we in the building. Yeah, man, I was gonna wait till Friday, but I figured, man, I had to go through this real quick, you know, because the gaslighting is like you literally telling me I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Essentially, you had me looking at a thing in a different way, and so that's how I felt. And I'm saying feel when I looked at this particular issue as more information was divulged and came out. You know what I mean? Let me see who in the chat real quick and we get it popping real quick. E-Dub was popping. Miss Jilly was goody. Make sure I say what's up to Miss Jilly in the chat, please. Mel was popping. You already know. Impressed. Thank you for being consistent, always putting in work. I appreciate it. Nightbot in the building. Rashard, I see you. Art was goody, my brother. Judge Righteously, salute. I said night not behaving already. That's good. Gerald, what's up, cowboy? Hope everything's everything. Almanaz in the building. Aaron, shalom. Aaron was goody. Little Rock, I see you. Mr. Williams, salute, man. Hit the like button, man. Salute to Rebecca, my brother. Free Zone, Only Sneaks was goody. Y'all hit the like button right now if you can. Share the stream. That helps the channel the most. Salute to Rebecca for sending me this. I had actually looked at it last night a little bit. And gaslighting, the term gaslighting continued to pop in my head, man. So I said, yo, it's only right that we go through it. You know what I mean? And I'm not even saying forensically, you know what I mean? Because it's pretty obvious, like the bullshit that we continue to be subject to. And now here's what's happening to me. When I'm starting to see certain faces, I'm getting a different vibe. You know, when I first seen Ben Crump with Mike Brown as an example, you know, when you see him popping up, Ahmaud Arbery and all these cases, you think, oh, okay. But we don't hear much after it. We don't hear a lot of justice being done after the fact. We may hear like some money from the city and all that, but here's a lot of shit with these lawyers that we don't understand. Like, for instance, if you get a court attorney for, like, let's say child support case, they are running guidelines. So, like, as an example, Texas, DC, right? If you are the custodial parent, you have the option to get child support. And then they're going to run a guideline, regardless of visitation, about what the other person has to pay. So people be lawyering up for shit like that, where it's literally an equation. But they don't be telling y'all that. You got lawyers coming in these rooms and saying, hey, here's the max penalty. Here's what they offered. Based on the max penalty, I recommend that you take the offer. There's so many friendships. When I got in trouble, they gave me a crazy offer. I switched lawyers that was friends with the prosecutor. The offer changed. That shit is highway robbery in a lot of these cases. This is a civil matter, right? They used, when I see Ben Crump, I'm not looking for somebody to get criminally arrested, charged, or convicted at all. I don't see it. Ben Crump got all the money in the world. I used to DJ for the National Bar Association, Washington Bar Association, and he a member of Omega Psi Phi. He live in a palace down here in Texas, you know. But was justice served? We saw the Ahmaud Arbery case, right? Those people were taken up on criminal charges. But what's the last thing we heard in the Mike Brown case? Did anybody get arrested? How many cases? What's the girl in was it in Texas? Did she got shot when they tried to raid her boyfriend? I forget her name. But like, are we hearing anything? Did we hear anything from Sandra Bland? Like, so many times, ain't shit happening. And the things are being illustrated to us, right? To provoke an emotion. So we automatically side. And I think, and I feel more and more, and I'm saying feel on purpose, like we being gaslit in a lot of these situations. They show us one thing and we hinge everything. Oh, my bad. Breonna Taylor in Kentucky. Thank you, Will. We hinge our determination on a little bit of information so consistently. And I think that it makes us look foolish when shit is said and done. So when we first got the clip, there's a couple things that we should have stopped and thought about. And I didn't. I just looked at it on his face, pause, for the face value of it. One, I'm thinking, this is footage that you own, that's in your phone, right? Now, they take things as evidence, put things in police custody, but they said he served 2 days in jail. So I know they gave him his property back. Why now is it released from February? Is everything finally aligned? Are all the ducks in a row? Is Ben Crump fully involved? Now it's time to play ball? I just don't see victims doing that shit. Now, there's a subset of victims that, you know what I mean, they may be afraid to come out and shit like that, but not in these type of cases. You hear that with like rape and shit like that, you know, where they may be afraid to come forth. People won't believe. I've heard that before. But there's a couple things that we don't stop to assess. And when I was looking at this stuff, I feel, and I'm saying feel, like we've been gaslit to invoke an emotion to get us to say a thing that we are misinformed about, and then we look foolish after the fact. It irked me a little bit when I was looking at this. So this is the first thing I saw. Let me know if this is the first thing y'all saw. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So let me show y'all. I just want to make sure that we on the same page. Thanos was goody. So put a 1 in the chat if this was the first thing y'all saw, because this is the first thing I saw. This is the first video that was sent to me. Right? Police brutality. This will not stop until what? Until we get the school open. Right? So this is the first video I saw.
I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, okay, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hand.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No.
Stop fighting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
So this is the first video I saw, right?
I said, so what I did wrong?
What is your initial response, right? If people are triggered when they initially see this, I can understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that shit. So when I first saw this, I'm like, yo, this is fucked up. It seems like what he's saying makes sense. Yo, I asked him why he pulled me. He ain't say nothing. You know, the other cop, does he pull up before or while the altercation is happening? Know what I'm saying? So this make you feel away when you initially see it. And the boy, his disposition, he don't seem like, right? He don't have that vibration like he a tough guy and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you like, what happened? What escalated so quickly for you to break his window? You know, this dude seemed like sassy to me. Know what I'm saying? The mannerisms are a little soft and shit like that. And I'm like, what did he do to provoke such a escalated response? Know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know, because this is what they gave us right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we saw. So my response to this, damn, that don't seem right. Fuck the Jakes, right? Especially having had police contact previously, right? And understand how this shit go. Now, I haven't had bad experiences with traffic, but when I get pulled over, I roll all my windows down. You know what I'm saying? I get my license and registration. I have very little conversation with the police officer, you know, because I know holding court on the side of the road ain't where it's at. He's strapped. He's supposed to have the strap. I'm not supposed to have the strap. He got his mans in them with him. It's just not a good setup, you know. Now there's been times I'm like, yo, give me my ticket. You know, oh, well, where you headed? Huh? Give me my ticket. Give me my ticket. I understand. Yep. I got the umbrella in the window. You know what I'm saying? The Christmas tree shit. I mean, I got a headlight out. I didn't have my lights. I was going too fast. Damn, I didn't even know I was going too fast. Okay, here. Boom, boom, boom. Give me my ticket. Let me get up out of here. You know, they try to small down. One lady was like, why did you run that light? I was trying to get this parking lot. I was trying to get this parking space. So I took a shot. You know what I'm saying? She started laughing, gave me a warning. You know, like, but I'm not doing a whole lot there. I make sure all my windows is down because I know that people may perceive me as intimidating. The police or not, you know what I'm saying? You know, my disposition can be a little bit like straightforward. So I know enough to know, you know, anything could get triggered. Fear is a mind killer, right? The police are afraid of me. So I understand that, you know what I'm saying? Not saying it's right or wrong. I just understand it. So that's the first video we saw. What's up, Reaper? That's the first video we saw. What's up, Saad? What's up, James? So that's the first video, right? Dr. G in the building, salute. So I just want to make sure, right? We on the same page. So this is the first video I saw, you know? So now they start releasing the body cam footage. So this is the Jake that he actually had the confrontation with from what I believe. Okay. So now this one this brings context to me. This is why I'm saying gaslit. Because I want us to watch the videos and then let's watch the press conference. And if you've seen the press conference before you see the videos, you see motherfuckers crying and all that. You like, damn, yeah. And then you couple it with the video that he released. You like, this ain't right. This is crazy. This is over the top. But how much does the context matter? And when we keep getting gaslit without the information, we look stupid in the end. Rainbow Kid, what up, my boy? Darvel, Shalom, what's goody? American Negro, I see you. What's popping? D, what's goody? So now this video, let's watch this one. So he pulls up. So all this is he's driving, right? Or this the cop that pulled him over, right? So let's start from here, okay? I had one run in, right? With the cops. So I was DJing a party. I was there from 9 to like 11 or something like that. 11:30. And then I had to shoot. So I was in Northwest. Hold on one second. Hold on, sorry. So I was DJing, boom, I was drinking. I had like a big ass, I had like a bottle of Ciroc in my car. It was so-called New Year's, right? So boom, I get in the car, I'm driving. I get pulled over, you know, and I think I might have been I wasn't drunk, but you know. So they asked me to blow in the thing, you know what I'm saying? So I blew in the thing, pause. I was like a 0.04 or something. So I think the drunk is 0.08 or something, right? They could have hit me with driving while under the influence, of course, right? Because there was a level of blood alcohol in there. But he's like, yo, pull over here and just take a nap real quick. I'm like, yo, I got a gig in an hour. He's like, just pull over here. I ain't gonna give you a ticket. Just chill for a second because yours wasn't that high. You didn't try to fake like you wasn't gonna blow in the thing and all that, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, boom. Dude get pulled over behind me, right? Something happened. He jumped out the car. He running this shit. So now Jake chasing him. So I got to think that, brother, I owe him a sandwich or something because I was able to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But I just tend to, because I'm not breaking the law, you know what I mean, for the most part in these situations. You know what I mean? In terms of I'm not riding dirty. So I just answer the questions and go on about my business. So let's look at this one right here. So this is the video that we needed to couple it with the building of the video from his phone.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's what I see. Y'all take this walk with me and feel free to chime in. Here's what I see. You open the door, you tint it out. It's in Florida, so I think they can have darker tints. You tint it out. That's suspicious to the police. Opening the door is a red flag. That's like a no-no from what I understand. Like that part is alarming to Jake. I haven't seen that in mass people opening the door before the cop even get close, knowing how scary these cops are. Now, I can't see it clearly, but if he's able to lean out like that, does he have a seatbelt on at this time? It don't look like he got a seatbelt on right here. And this the shit that bothers me, and this is why I'm saying we got gaslit. One, him popping open the door is suspicious, right? I just never seen that. Yeah, I don't even know, Big Op. The white people might be flinging the door open. I'm saying regardless, opening the door like that is suspicious. Niggas ain't doing that, right? That's a no-no. And then him hanging out the car like how he is. Does he have his seatbelt on? I'm saying right here, Empress, right? And I'm sincerely asking. Does he have a seatbelt on right here? Maybe he does because he's like leaning out. So maybe he got his seatbelt on, right? I can't see it. Put a 1 in the chat if he got his seatbelt on right now. I just want to understand, feel me? I don't think he has a seatbelt on right here, but he could, right, Robert? So I don't want to, I'm just looking at it. Okay. All right. So cop walking up. 111. Okay. So cop walking up, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. 2 things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
Sorry, 35. I'm proper driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No,
step out of the vehicle.
So his seatbelt is not on. Right? Look at this. Y'all can't see my mouse. Right? Look at this. So you see his leg. Hold on. Let me see if I can slow this down. And this shit I'm talking about, right? Let me see if I can slow it down. So no, that's his pants. Okay, never mind. So I don't understand. So I can't determine if he has a seatbelt on. It doesn't seem like it. Maybe he does, right? So sorry, what y'all say? So y'all could see it? Did he have his seatbelt on? What y'all saying? All right, so let me see. So, cop get out, right? Okay, step 1. Oh, okay. Thank you, Omen.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand, right? And I'm just being honest. I don't give a fuck what white people do if we know that the rules are different. So when you acknowledge that the rules are different, then you understand that the rules are different, right? We can't predicate what the fuck white people get away with. If you acknowledge it and the rules are different, how do you play the game? And I don't understand like why he what is his point of like being hostile in this particular instance right here, right now? Is he just agitated that he got pulled over? That's fair. I'm asking, is that enough?
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me?
Okay. You don't have a window that works. I get it. Okay. Cool. That's why you open the door. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
So let me ask y'all a question. Is it so he said, I'm pulling you over. You didn't have your lights on, inclement weather. Right. Now it looks like that's what he said. In Florida, do you have to have your lights on in inclement weather? Okay, so let me see. So Draper Law Office. So, okay. So in Florida, headlights are required during inclement weather conditions such as rain, fog, or smoke that reduce visibility. So instantly, rain, fog, smoke, right? So it looks like it's pretty cloudy out there that reduce visibility. Specifically, if visibility is reduced to 1,000 feet or less, or if your windshield wipers are in use due to rain, your headlights must be on. This applies regardless of the time of day. Additionally, headlights are required between sunset and sunrise. More detailed breakdown: sunrise to sunset, headlight must be on during the nighttime hours. Headlights are required when visibility is reduced due to rain, fog, smoke, or weather conditions. Wipers on, lights on. Reduced visibility, daytime visibility, even during daytime hours. If visibility is poor due to weather, headlights are necessary. Florida Statute 316.217 outlines these requirements, emphasizing that headlights are crucial for both seeing and being seen in conditions that limit visibility. Let me just make sure y'all can see this. Yeah, overcast. Thank you, Saab. All right. All right. And so that's what it says here. And it gives the Florida Statute 316.217. Okay. So based on it being overcast, right? And he doesn't have his lights on, which he just admitted to by saying it's daylight. I don't need to have my lights on. It seems like the cop would be justified in pulling him over. Based on the statute, based on him saying, I didn't have my lights on, nor do I need to. And if it's overcast, visibility is limited, right? And in which case you would have to have your lights on. Now, here's the truth. A motherfucker, they can make a reason to pull you over. And I don't think we understand the law enough, right? That this ain't court. You can't hold court on the middle of on the side of the road. Exactly, Robert. And that's the thing. Under his discretion, right? And things be so discretionary. Yeah. You know what? Who said they didn't break the law? The DA. The district attorney said they didn't break the law of Florida. So now let me ask y'all, what do y'all think about his disposition? Does it matter? Let me ask y'all, should disposition matter? Right? If based on the laws, based on the conduct, should I be able to conduct myself in whatever way I want to if I'm correct? Right? Should I be able to conduct myself how I want to if I'm correct? Or should I use discernment to understand if I'm out of bounds, so to speak? Okay, I'm just asking. So he fell away. You know what I'm saying? Because he got pulled over. I can understand that. There's things I've definitely been irritated, you know, which I'll be short with the cop in terms of here's my license and stuff. You know what? You know why I pulled you over? No. Give me the ticket or give me the warning. I got somewhere I got to pick up my kids. Let's go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? So let me play this. Right. So sounds like the cop calls the supervisor once it was asked for. Right. He called for backup. Doesn't sound like he called for the supervisor directly. Maybe. Okay. Now, here's the part, right? Oh shit. Y'all can't even see this shit. Hold on. My bad. I'm over here watching this shit. Y'all can't even see it.
I already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For 94, the driver just slammed.
Now this be the part, right? What is the car wet from? Why is the car wet? If you disagree with about overcast not affecting visibility, why is the car wet? So pursuant to the statute, the car is wet. It's raining. It's overcast, right? So most people surmise that it was raining, previously raining in proximity to him getting pulled over. And they have a statute about headlights. And he said he didn't have headlights on. Okay. And I ain't even talking, I'm talking about us, right? They show us little snippets and clips and shit. And we get gaslit into some shit. They'll show us something that ain't quite there, or we don't have full context. Then we come out looking foolish, like with an overt response. Yeah, the car is wet, Cal.
Go unlock it.
Oh, you're supervisor.
Yep. 25 seconds. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
Yes, he stated he pulled him over because it's raining, he said inclement weather, which also limited visibility qualifies as inclement weather as well, right? Overcast, people would say overcast will qualify. And so you're supposed to have your lights on. He didn't have his lights on. I need to look up the tint statute. I think Florida, you can have darker tints because it's so hot. I know that the tint law for Texas, the tints can be darker than that of DC. Right? That's a good point, right? When you slam the door, call your supervisor, just sit there. Wait for the supervisor.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now, you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay.
Here's one thing too. Who agitated the situation, right? Who's the agitator? Because I'm gonna tell you, right? The cop's stance is strategic. Look where the cop is standing. If I had a weapon based on where the cop has placed himself, right? He's already on alert. They usually are. They usually all kind of stand right here until they kind of they understand the situation, right? So he has like a 45-degree angle in back of the driver. So if I wanted to pull the hammer on Jake, I would have to turn around to do so, right? So where the cop is standing is a offensive advantage, and they all do that, right? And now what we can understand is this cop's disposition. Now he's on defense. He's irritated. He's agitated. We already understand that, but they kind of do this anyway. But I know based on this interaction, now this cop feeling away. Right now, this is speculation, but I think we can understand it based on as it continues to transpire.
Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. No, he's under arrest. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
Now, what do y'all think about the command after command after command after command after command? What you guys take on that? Open the door. You are under arrest for resisting. Is resisting a lawful order? Resisting. Is disobeying a lawful order resisting? Is disobeying a lawful order resisting? Let me type it in. Okay. So this one says, okay. So here's what it says for Florida. Yes, disobeying a lawful order is restricted in Florida. Yes, disobeying a lawful order is restricted in Florida. It is a crime to willfully fail or refuse to comply with a lawful order or direction given by law enforcement. Traffic crash investigation officers, traffic infraction enforcement officers, or fire department members at the scene of an emergency. Specifically, Florida Statute 316.072 outlines the law regarding obedience to police and fire department officials. Disobeying a lawful order from a police officer is a second-degree misdemeanor. This can result in a penalty of up to 60 days in jail, 6 months of probation, and or a $500 fine. It can also lead to other charges like resisting an officer without violation or obstruction of justice. Examples of situations where you must obey lawful order. During a traffic stop, an officer can instruct you to exit your vehicle and you must comply. You must provide identification to law enforcement when required, like during a traffic stop or accident. You must obey traffic laws and directions from traffic enforcement officers. So it can be just as simple as he was pulled over for a traffic infraction, which they cited about not having a headlights on, and then he didn't have his, and it was, we could see the rain on the car. We can see the overcast. So now the cop says, please, or he says, what did he say? Your license and registration. If you disobey that lawful order, which we all agree, at the very least, that that's the lawful part of this, right? Then now, based on the Florida statutes, that's resisting. And that's the thing. We get gaslit into a point to where we can't see the shit right now that we have more information. If it's overcast, there's rain on the car. He said he didn't have his headlights on. He said he didn't need his headlights on because it was daytime. The cop cited him for not having his headlights on during inclement weather. We just read the statute. So now the lawful order is license and registration. All right, let's watch the rest of the video. I just want us to react informed. Like we have, I just want us to react informed. Ain't nobody siding with Jake. There's no need to. We've seen enough, but when we react, I want to make sure we informed when we do so. So we don't end up looking stupid. Because we always see Ben Crump. And we never see no justice after we see Ben Crump.
Vehicle's locked in. He's locked it up. He's putting the window down. The fast try to talk to Hey, I'm about to break the window. I'm about to break the window. All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands. Here.
10:33 at 15:21 hours.
What is your reason? No, don't forget. Put your hands behind your back. Resist. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was going
talking now, man. Ain't no talking. What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? You're under arrest. That's what's going on. No,
You gonna throw my phone like that, bro?
Yeah, man. Take it off now, man.
And I'm just trying to have a real conversation with you.
You just got some more things.
No, your pocket didn't even act.
Marijuana in the right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
Don't resist, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, bro. Can you back me up this car? I mean, you broke my bro.
You start rescue. 1067. Approximately 30-year-old Bravo Mike. Last race to the left. No. Yeah. Oh yeah. You good? Yeah, you or him? Okay.
All right, so that's it, right? That's not it, but that's that video. I just want to make sure we get this angle, right? And then we can look at it and have a conversation now that we have all the information, right? You control your actions. You don't control your repercussions. We don't need to combine the videos we got. We just watched them. We got the next one right here. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Yeah. God damn it.
Open the door next. Door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Under arrest for resisting.
Can you unlock the door and step out? I will. Can you step out?
Because you don't even know the whole situation.
You're being done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply. So, yes. Correct. Huh? Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess talked to you?
When he pulled me over,
yeah.
My door, my window don't work. Right?
Okay.
And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
okay.
There's multiple people headlights.
Okay, that's still a legitimate reason to pull somebody over.
There's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on. Huh? Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will. Huh? All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here. 33 at 15
I'm here. What's your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No, don't get on the car.
What's the fight? Behind your back. I'm resisting behind your back. What's wrong with you?
2574, with 1033, 1
Stop. Lean up now, man. Ain't no talking.
What's going on, man?
You're under arrest.
No.
Yes, bro. Yes.
I have a lawful reason, bro. You want from the door like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off you, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation.
That's not how it works.
Too late. It ain't no too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that.
So your partner didn't even act. Your
Marijuana
partner
in the right
didn't.
pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what do you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, but I didn't do nothing
Okay,
wrong.
resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Remember going in there.
Can you back me up to the car so I can read up?
I did.
Okay.
I'm out of shape like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I know. You should put some gloves on, though.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here. Huh?
You see that drop?
What? The knife? Yeah, that's it.
So what's y'all take? What y'all think? You got all the information in terms of the videos, right? Now, I think the pushback is his non-compliance isn't an excuse for what people are deeming excessive force, right? So let me show y'all this. What is the rule when officer asks for a when officers ask for a supervisor in Florida? In Florida, while there's no legal requirement for a police officer to immediately call a supervisor upon request, it's generally understood that officers should honor such requests if feasible and not disruptive to the situation. Citizens can certainly request a supervisor, but the officer isn't obliged to immediately comply if it would impede their duties or create a safety concern. Many departments have internal police policies dictating how these requests should be handled, and filing a formal complaint or seeking legal advice may be more appropriate if a citizen feels their right were violated or the officer acted improperly. Here's a more detailed breakdown. There isn't a specific Florida law requiring a supervisor's presence upon request during a traffic stop or other police interaction. So I think that's really the key part right there, right? So it said department policy, legitimate reason for not immediately responding, circumstances where a supervisor might respond. If a supervisor doesn't respond immediately, a citizen can. Okay, so it kind of just breaking it down one by one, but they don't seem to have a legal statute to where if you ask for a supervisor, they immediately have to oblige you. It's upon request of the officer or upon the discretion, once again, of the officer. So I'm just saying, okay, we have the information. Because what I fear is we'll see, hold on, like this part. Hold on, let me see. Is this the one? So this now, we watch this when we look at the videos and we line things up as it pertains to the law and the statutes of the state.
That day, I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I was really just scared.
Just see that video made me go back to the moment when I was 22. It hurted. It made me upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen what my son did that I had to do. And he sought right. And he did right. To see. And he sought. But I seen what my son, it made me upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen what my son, it made me, I was 22. It hurted. Back to the moment when I was 22. It hurted. Back to the moment when I was 22. It hurted. Moment when I was 22. It hurted. It made me upset. It hurted. It made me upset.
Mm-hmm.
It made me upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen what my son did that I had to do. And he sought right. And he did right. To see that it's a hurting feeling to be a father that loved God first.
Mm-hmm.
And to see all my kids not being able to wake up in the morning and get a phone call saying your child is gone.
Right.
That's a hurting feeling, but I thank God.
Yes.
Because God got him.
I want you to try to put yourself in our shoes. Try to put yourself in William's shoes just for a second. The police stop you and tell you, you say, why are you stopping me? And they say, well, you don't have your headlights on and it's raining. And you look and you're like, there's no rain. Why are you stopping me? And all he does, while it says a Rosa Parks 21st century moment, he as a black person says, you know, I'm tired of it. I'm going to try to demand my constitutional rights. That's the only thing that William McNeil did. And that's the only thing you would want your children to do. To say, as a citizen, don't I have the right to know why you're violating my Fourth Amendment rights against search and seizure unlawfully? That's it, nothing more. So search your hearts, America. If this was your child, wouldn't you be proud that William kept his calmness and his demeanor and de-escalated it? And let that govern you when you call on the sheriff to hold these police officers accountable, because that's what we have to get here. We have to have accountability.
Yes, sir.
So we had the information, right? And I think the little boy's video of him in the car, you know, he seemed like he kind of standing there just having a conversation. When we have all of the information, right, we understand that it's more than what we saw in the initial video. I just want us to like slow down before we react and make a determination is key. You know what I'm saying? I think that's all I'm asking is like, make sure we got the information, because people be making us look foolish when they give us bits and pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we make a determination on that, and then we just like, damn. You know, that's all I'm saying. And I know like people be talking, oh nigga, listen, I got on my jacket, I got a assault on a police officer. So I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? That's not even, but I'm just saying, man, you control what you control. You control what you control. If we know it's disparate treatment, right? What's our mindset when we going through these processes? When we going through these situations? But that's not even what I'm fully focused on. When we are assessing these situations, I want to make sure we have all the information so that they don't make us look stupid, because this happens to us constantly. We get gaslit, they provoke us, they put the propaganda in front of us, and they want us to react a certain way, void of all the information necessary to have a accurate reaction, a substantive reaction. They just putting stuff in front of us and want us to react. Got them. And we see this a lot with a bunch of different shit. They think, let's interview Cardi B to represent black people in a presidential election. That'll get them. Let me say, you ain't black if you don't vote. If you vote for the other white boy, that'll get them. Let's let Meg perform at the that'll get them. They put bullshit in front of us. Smoke screens in front of us. Now, let's say he provoked this situation because his attitude, opening the door, closing the door, right? Not being compliant with his license and shit. You don't control your repercussions, right? But we can also look at this shit and say, okay, but why did he punch him in the car? That's not a removal tactic. And then you see when he punched him again, he slumped him. So now punching him in the car doesn't make no sense if you want to get him out the car. I was sparring this morning. When I'm punching motherfuckers, I'm trying to put them to sleep. I'm trying to leave them where they at. So it don't really make no sense to reach through the car door and punch him. If you want him to get the fuck out the car, that's stupid. This cop was aggravated and irritated, and cops do a bad job of being the authority in the situation, and you see it here. He said all the things. Get out the car, you got to comply. He kept his language, right? But he didn't keep that even pitch because he was upset at this dude already, and that's why he reached to the window and punched him. But the punch goes against getting him out the car. And then he hit him again, and then you see the boy kind of like drop because he kind of slumped him a little bit. Then he hits the floor. They got the pressure on his head and shit to keep him down, you know? And that's what we want. My battery going dead. And that's what we want. We want motherfuckers to be nice to us after we mean to them, after we get on their nerves. But you don't control none of that shit. And we see too often that cops lose control in these situations. You know these motherfuckers don't got no self-control, right? They pulling the hammer. At least Son didn't pull the hammer. They pulling the hammer. You know that they don't got no self-control, and we should expect more from them, even when situations get that way, right? So I'm not saying you guys understanding it that way is wrong, but we gotta really assess this shit. If I'm sitting in front of you, young man, I say, yo, you don't understand the law like you think you do. Somebody done told you wrong. You haven't read it for yourself. There's an order in which we think gangs should go. Like he thinks that the traffic stop stops when you say call your supervisor. He thinks that the cop is in the wrong by not calling the supervisor. Right? He think he did something. He think he did something. Call your supervisor because somebody told him that shit. He think the cop has to call. He think it's sunny out. I don't have to have my lights on. He's not informed. And can they smoke weed in Florida? Is that a thing in Florida? I don't know. Is that a thing in Florida? Like, can you have weed in Florida? I don't know. I could look it up, I guess. I don't know. Is it, or is he dirty in Florida? Is he dirty? Can you have weed in Florida? I don't know. Or is he dirty by driving around with the weed on him? He had 20 ounces? What? He had 20 ounces, you said? He had 20 ounces? I thought he said he had weed in his pocket. 20 zones. But here's what it is, right? Cop pulls up. He says he pulled him over because his headlights are not on during inclement weather. Per the statute, that is lawful stop. Right? That's what we read. Okay, that's what we saw. The boy says, I don't need to have my lights on because it's sunny out. I need your license and registration. No. Disobeying lawful order. Get out the car. No. Get out the car. You under arrest for resisting. No. Based on what the law says, he fucking up right there. Call your supervisor. He don't have to. I'm setting expectations that aren't agreed upon. Get out the car, I'm gonna break the window. Window get broke. The boy kind of gets out the car. It don't look like he doing much to like resist them. But they already excited. It's already lit. I don't know you. I think that's the other thing that we don't understand well. I don't know you. Right? when we be sparring in the gym and shit, right? I know a lot of the guys, whatever the case is, right? So we be working, right? It's like programming, you know. You hit just hard enough so they know, hey, you better block that, you better move, whatever the case is, right? But when we go to other gyms, nigga, I'm swinging for the fences, nigga. I don't know you. It's daylight savings time in this motherfucker. Now you take that and multiply it times 1,000 in the street. That cop ain't your mans. He not trying to handle you with care. We know that already. Shout out to Rodney King. He gonna treat you like a dog. That's what we already know. Why you slam him? Why you got your hands up? Yo, you don't know him. Yeah, sis, right here. That's the point. They already, yo, it's up. They see that nigga, it's up. He's sassy. Call your supervisor. Why you pull me over? I don't have to have my lights on. My window don't work. The back window work. The other back window work. Passenger side window work. Cop already in an aggressive stance. They already weary. I'm just saying, we be acting so surprised. What's the rule? What do you tell your kids? Do what you got to do to make it home or risk your life? Where we at now as people? Are we telling our kids, roll down the window, put your hand on the steering wheel? Is that the message to little black boys? What's the message? What's the agreed upon message for the majority? Oh, are we saying, yo, fuck it, it's up? If you feel compelled, if you don't like the fact that he stopped you, if you don't like the reason, escalate it. Ask for the supervisor. Reject the ticket. What is our advice to young boys? Solo, because I know how you feel, right? It make us feel away. It's like, yo, Sean, you wouldn't do that to me, right? That's how I be thinking. Like, yo, I would have tried to boof that cop, right? That's what you be thinking when you be seeing it, right? Especially a little young, dumb nigga like this. But I'm asking, like, what's the messaging? Because we've been protesting against Jake. They talking about defunding the police, all types of shit. We see niggas get shot dead in the street. Remember the dude in the green shirt? He was running away in South Carolina, got shot in his back. Mike Brown got shot in the face, top of his head. Sandra Bland never came out the hospital alive. But what's our message? Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Walter Scott, thank you. What's the other big boy in the middle of the street? He was walking towards a female cop like this, shot her dead. I think it was in Ohio. Dubois, I think his name was Dubois in Cincinnati. But the cop was stuck on the car and he started like driving off and shit. And so the cop shot him up. Or Fernando Castillo sitting in the back, sitting in the car with his daughter in the car, shot him up. We seen it. So what is your advice? What is your advice if you know that they got this fiery disposition? Right? People already have a presupposition when they see us. They already have a precept, and guess what? And when we see a group of YNs walking down the street, what's your disposition towards them? What's your disposition towards the little boys that look just like you? Are you on guard? this shit, and I think we talking about what the reality is currently. If I had $1 for every time we said it ain't right, I'd be a millionaire. Hey, Brandon, I think it's a good question. I think for me, I'm pretty like matter of fact or nonchalant with the police. But I know that that's a law. Where I'm from, that's a law. If it's raining, you got to have your headlights on. So if that motherfucker come around and say, oh, it's raining, you didn't have your headlights on, I know that that's the law. So I'm like, all right. And then you go to court, right? And if it don't got no points attached to it, I probably just pay the fine. Like I said, man, this is a pop-up show. I appreciate y'all being here. I'll drop the link one more time. But I'm gonna tell you, they arrest you because they got probable cause, you're getting arrested. You're getting charged. Contrary to popular belief, you innocent until proven guilty. You fight your case in court. That's where you beat it. You can't hold court in the street. And most of us ain't built like that. And yeah, it's fucked up. Cops are gonna jump you. You heard me? Let me look in the camera. The cops are going to jump you. There's none of the black, white, Asian. If it's up, when that cop pull up, he joining his mans in them. He ain't trying to figure out what happened. He about to get busy. And all them out of shape cops out of breath, he gonna say, what happened? After he out of breath for making sure you pinned to the ground. Black cop, why you close the door back? Black, blue, purple don't matter. They gonna jump you, nigga. My brother, this how they treat it. This how they treat it. I remember one time I'm at a party. Something happened with this girl. It was like a misunderstanding. Something happened. So we start fighting. Boom, 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 boom. But I'm DJing. But my brother was there, like with his football team and shit. So I go outside. So the dudes start trying to jump me, right? So my basic premise is I'm gonna go ahead and so I got one dude, right? I got him in like a crazy. I got his feet off the ground, but his man's like punching me. Boom, 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 boom. So they like black my eye and shit. My brother come up. He don't need to know what's happening. Even if I was winning, he not gonna ask what he do wrong. If I'm losing, he definitely not gonna ask. He gonna get busy and out of breath. You good? What happened? How it start? After that shit pops off. That's how the cops is moving. But we got to control what we can control in these situations, man. Let me read these real quick. I dropped the link. I know everybody busy today. I usually don't go live these days, so I appreciate y'all listening in, man. Salute to the 200 people in the building. Aaron with the $2. So jumping an unarmed man on the floor is okay too? Nigga, you what you think? You answer the question. When the last time you seen a fair fight? Ain't no rules. Ain't no rules in fighting. The cops live by that shit. You expecting them to do some shit that we don't do. Right? We've been asking them to be the authority, to be the leader in these situations. Right? They have a duty and responsibility, but that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So now what? And with the $2 says, does the cop unlawful pass in court count? No, this case is its case. Right? If the past information is applicable, then they may make it admissible. but there's no lawsuit yet. I would assume that a civil one is coming. John, what's goody?
Wow.
My brother John in the building with a 20 ball says, number one, the cop needs to hit the gym.
Shit like that.
Secondly, I see nothing wrong. He told you why he needed you to step out the car. We don't comply and escalate, then cry later. Fake tears in front of the camera. Always gotta include God. Yeah. Now, like I said, the punches don't make sense to me if you want to remove somebody from something like that part. And I think you may have said in the chat, you might have sent this earlier. Drip was goody. Drip in the building with the 10 ounces. Shouts out to DJ Hamp. This might be risky. Hit the like button.
Shit like that.
Drip Nation, salute. Salute, my G. Good to see you. Hope all is well, man. Almond with the $2. What up, Almond Eyes? They on some bull. I hope he gets nothing.
What up, buzzing, birds, if it doesn't, holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
A salute to Ezekiel Ben Israel, my Ak in the building, with gifted 1 membership, man. Whoever got blessed with it, please maintain it. Welcome to the family. Rebecca.
Perfect.
But the 20 ball says, we don't have the luxury of being non-compliant. Keep your hands visible and keep your mouth shut. It's not working.
Shit like that.
We can only control ourselves. Handle legalities on the back end if you feel you have been wrong.
Perfect.
That's one thing, man. I seen one of the ox, man. It was in Baltimore. He had his fringes on and shit, you know. And he, then he start claiming like the strong man, the sovereign thing. And he start fighting big black dude too. And they shot him up, And he, in his eyes, I think he went out on his shield, But this is the fighting these motherfuckers in a different way. You got to infiltrate. You got to use the systems against them, We fucking, it's just shit crazy. Aaron, what's good?
Not much, man. Chilling. I hope all is well. Yeah, no, I agree 100% with everything you're saying, man. Unfortunately, I think the young man even had an opportunity to not only de-escalate, but potentially mitigate whatever that cop was trying to hand to him. The cop didn't come at him brolic. The cop went at him textbook. You know what I mean? Just pulled him over, gave him a reason for the stop, and requested identification more than one time. This guy escalated it initially. And I'm like, yo, you could have just been like you said, officer, the back window, just roll that one down. Officer, this window doesn't work. You know what I mean? So what's the best way to communicate here? And then when he says, you didn't have your lights on, if they're not, you know what, officer? Damn, I thought the law was, when the rain stops, you can turn your lights off. But can you edify me? Maybe I'm mistaken. You know what I mean? Like, what's the actual law? How do I better interpret that? Help me out. You know what I mean? Cops take that a long way when you actually show interest in if you made a mistake or not. Trying to be edified on how to not make mistakes in the future goes a long way with cops.
Yeah. And I think that works, right?
He probably would have been like, yo, all right, then there ain't no warning ticket or nothing. Now you asking questions to not do it again, because that's the purpose of a ticket or a warning, is to prevent. And you already shown interest in that. If I was going to write you a ticket, I'm not now. You being proactive, whether you did it or not.
Yeah, that's because I mean, like you said, and another thing, right? You can be like, oh shit, okay, you know what I mean? Let me know. And you can say nothing.
Right.
You can say, what'd you pull me over for? That question makes sense.
Right.
Okay. If you disagree, the disagreement arena is the court.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Get him license registration, let him write that ticket up, and you'll see him there.
Right.
And he gotta be there. A lot, they don't be showing up a whole bunch of shit. It wasn't raining when he pulled me. I had my camera on also.
Right.
You just fight. I mean, that's how it goes, right? And I just think there's a misunderstanding, and then we do things like this, Aaron, right? And I just, my key premise was we get gaslit with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That shit make us look foolish. because we care about the situations, you know, because we got little sons, we got young boys out here, and that could be him, you know. And so then they pull on our heartstrings, and we make uninformed decisions or determinations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just want us to chill, not chill, but gather, so that when you come out the gate, you can say, okay, he was acting like a dickhead, little sassy self.
Right.
Right. We see why his video is cropped. Right. He didn't comply. You have a right to remove him. The window break, he locked the doors after opening the door. You realize he's being non-compliant. He rejected several lawful commands. But if you want him to get out the car, why you punch him in his face? You know how hard it is to move a body when it's asleep?
Yeah.
Or when it's slumped?
Out of a cave, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then you punch him again with the resisting, right? Is that force necessary? Are those compliant tactics that can be used?
No.
Because now you can parse it. Right? And oftentimes there's good if me and you are conversing. Concessions being made on both sides allows that conversation to be fruitful.
Right.
So I can admit my young brother right here, one, he's sassy. His dad needed to talk to him about it, but his dad had a fucking cross finger from his thing. You know what I'm saying? I can acknowledge, okay, he fucked up. You know? But now what? How do you justify this action though?
Right.
Like please don't, I think this is a misnomer. Ain't no such thing.
No.
There's not knockout punch. Like that doesn't even make sense.
On a dummy, but in a situation you can't meter that. It's an on and off switch. You either do or don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we sparring today. Shovel hook, put somebody down.
Right. Yeah.
Power, and then watch this. Power jab, put somebody down today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Shovel hook makes sense. Boom, liver, move it all around. Right. You know, I got hit with a straight 2 down the pipe. Pause. You know, push me back. It don't take that much, but I got my chin tucked in though. You know, I'm ready. I'm literally trying to get punched. Right. I'm giving one to take one. You know, my chin is tucked. Boy, just sitting there. This how you get knocked out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. And that's the thing, right? That's foolish. You can't punch people in the street without knowing and say what is or is not going to be a knockout punch.
Right. There's too many locations and at too many angles that only require 2, 3, 4 pounds to get the job done. I mean, in this direction, in that direction, on the nose, the sole of the body. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't meter that.
Because he threw the same punch, Aaron, when the boy went down to the ground so quick.
Right. Yep. See?
So it doesn't, that's not how shit actually go.
And the first one didn't have that effect, right?
No. Right. Or you would think, right?
Right. Right. Exactly.
Aaron, if you throw a jab, it's like somebody throwing a hammer fist with both hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. In the street, ain't nothing just something.
No.
Ain't nothing just, that's a stunt. No.
Yeah. No, word. It's all or nothing.
Now, P, I agree. Jabs often set you up, help you gauge, help you measure, keep your defense intact. You know, right? The jab is a distraction. Jab is consistent. Jab is the most important punch. I'm not dismissing your understanding, but in the street, you don't know who you punching. You know? So go ahead, Aaron. My bad. I've been talking.
No, I'm with you. Like I say, I'm co-signing the document, man. You spitting, you know?
Yeah,
and you know, there's a secondary and tertiary effect of when we're gaslit, and then because these cops, they see this, our reaction. First of all, they're humans. They have social media. They overhear us in restaurants, diners, and bars. They look at YouTube and watch these videos, and they see these reactions. And if they're privy to the information in its entirety, and they believe we are too, and they see our reaction, how is that going to affect, right, their presuppositions when they encounter us in the future? But if they see us as objective, reasonable, you know what I mean, and seeking information, whether it's available or not, then they're more likely to be like, all right, you know what I mean? But if you're setting me up by gaslighting me to react in a way that isn't congruent with what makes sense, then of course, when he encounters me on the street, he's gonna be like, yep, you already got an agenda. How can I blame him?
Yeah.
It's shooting ourselves in the foot when we do that. We gotta be honest with the facts so that your people can respond properly.
It's the part that is,
yeah.
So this is one thing I'm trying to see. Does he have his seatbelt on when he initially walks up? I cannot tell, but I'm trying to think. I'm just so fucking. I guess you can't see. You can't see.
No, you would be able to tell though. You can't see, but I don't think you would be able to turn. See how right there. It look for his shoulders have to be turned. His shoulders are not square against the upper lumbar of that seat. For his leg to be there and his shoulder to be. Think about boxing. Turn your body center line. That belt would not. You would see it pulling against his shirt or up against his neck. It'd be trying to hang him to achieve that kind of angle. He looks like he's about to get out.
Wouldn't the belt be right on that left shoulder, right?
That's exactly my guess. That's exactly it. You will see it or see it pulling on.
You would see it right here, right? Like, yeah. So this is what I'm pointing out, right? The game, the game of shit that be, you know what I mean, being played on us.
Yeah.
I know. See, I'm not disputing he had his seatbelt on in his video. I'm not disputing that.
Right.
You see, that's not my point of contention. What I'm saying is, does he have his seatbelt on here?
Right. Because this is what the cop is seeing.
Yeah, because the cop said you didn't have your seatbelt on.
Right.
Right. I'm like you're saying, we would see it on his shoulder, right?
Yep.
But now
it looks like he's about to hop out.
But now, right? We get an edited video. Right? Where the edited video that they showed us first, now he got his seatbelt on.
It's not on there.
Is it on right here?
No. If it is, it's under his arm. It's not over his shoulder. It should be coming across where his locks are. You can see it down against the B pillar of the car. See the two-tone, the gray at the top and the black at the bottom. You can see. Look, you see it moving.
Oh, it's like
there it is. There it is. There it is.
Look at the position of the seatbelt. Right.
Right. How? If you was driving, how to get there?
It would be right there. It would be right here. Right on that shoulder.
Thank you.
Got it. And this is what I'm talking about, bro. Right? They show us a thing. Oh, he did other. You would see it on his arm right here if it's on in the same position because he's leaning up, leaning out. You would see it right here.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is, right, he got the seatbelt on for his video. So now, so we get triggered. But the little nigga don't got the seatbelt on right here.
No.
Clear as day. But he put his shit on after he closed the door.
You know how I know it was a rush job? How he put it on? Because his locks is in the way. That's why the belt was there. If it was on like he's driving that would have been resolved. That was a rush drop. He probably, you know what? He probably grabbed it low so he didn't see, because you grabbed the belt over the top, right? Or whatever, or you like this. He probably grabbed it low across the lap so the cop didn't see him reach for it and just clicked it. What's going to happen with the shoulder belt? It's going to, you know what I mean, stay low when you grab the lap belt and just click it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm about to get out. Let me, maybe, right? But I'm just seeing like the shit that'll get us all fucked up in the game.
Yeah.
When we trying to make an honest assessment, because we'll see a thing and assess it, and then they put more shit in front of us, and he's like, "There these niggas go again, jumping to conclusions."
Yeah,
we already know Jake gonna do us dirty, Aaron. Right? We know 99%. That's hyperbole, but we make any sudden movements and shit. We already know how that shit gonna go. We got too many cases, too much evidence.
It's safer to assume you do have a 99% chance than not.
Yeah, like it's safer to assume that anything go awry, 99% chance that it's gonna go wrong for me.
Your life is worth it. Making
because
that
there's an understanding about us. There's a propaganda and stereotypes that exists beyond who I am as a man.
Right.
We've been dehumanized for so long, whether it's our conduct, the system, systematically, history, all of that combined. How am I being looked at? And what do you tell your little boy? Aaron ain't scared of shit. Right? If me and Aaron in the car and Aaron say, yo, you know what? Fuck this shit. We might go ahead and go. I'm talking about the fucking kids.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? And then somebody done told this little nigga some wrong shit too.
Yeah.
About the law and all that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying,
So,
man,
shit, I just got a phone call, man. I'm about to dip on you, but yeah, no, man, keep spitting the truth. I hope people are listening, man. It's detrimental to ourselves, our image, and our kids, man. You're spot on today, bro. So,
yeah, man. No doubt, man. I love you, man. I see
love you too, man. Appreciate you. Right, later.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this the part, Robert. You think that we have a misunderstanding, right? There is no misunderstanding. What's the reality? If we ain't getting taken care of, what does the conduct look like? Legislation, punishment. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's exonerated, but make him be wrong. Don't justify his actions by doing shit incorrectly that you can control. Make him be wrong. I'm looking at the case for what it is based on what they presented to us. The punching shit don't make no sense. Make him be wrong. Right? Don't give him a reason to act how you want to act. Because you already know what their notion is. We already know what we're dealing with. And I'm talking about the youngins. All the old niggas with all the ideas, everybody who know what they would do in the situation, go ahead, so do your thing. I'm talking about your sons, if you already know it's an uphill battle. Y'all all been arrested. Y'all all been in jail. Y'all all been through this. Y'all already been non-compliant. Right? You the nigga who checked the cops and all that. You do that already. You outside, you bout that. I'm talking about your son and all them. Let the little nigga make it home so his daddy, who really about that, can actually help him. Shut up, Chug. Give me your license and shit. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You ain't dirty. Call me. Make sure it's on FaceTime so we can make sure everything copacetic. Right? and then we kick his ass in the court. On the side of that road, he got the advantage. And his mans and them is coming. Don't give him a reason. If it's an unlawful stop, we're going to expose that shit in the court. Soon as you do some wrong shit, you the person that's in the wrong. All right? Yeah, just hit the link. Like, we ain't have to go in the chat. Just hit the link so we can get it over with. We already talked about Philando Castile. We already know. We already know that there's things that are going to be, the treatment is going to be disparate. We already understand that. But y'all just hit the link. Let's get it over with. Just hit the link. Let's get it over. I'll wait 5 or 10 minutes. Y'all already been outside. Y'all already been in prison. Y'all already been locked up. Y'all already been accosted by the police. Y'all already had your head stomped and slammed and put. Y'all already been through that shit before. Y'all been tased and maced and all that. Right? That's how they talking. Y'all already been through all that shit. Mr. Williams, what's popping?
Perfect. What's up with you? How you doing?
What's good? How you?
I can't complain, man. Been a couple of deaths in the family, so I've been kind of like laying low. Lost my granny Friday last week, so.
God bless the dead.
Yeah. And then 2 of my cousins got deleted the next day. So it's a lot going on. 16 years old. We've had it. But this is a personal thing for me with this case, for one, because the goal with your kids should be for them to come home safely.
How you doing?
I'm okay, man. There's been so much stuff going on. I just gotta keep praying, bro. Keep praying. And keep my faith. I got a lot of family issues going on, and my father's estate stuff done came back, so I'm just gonna keep my faith, keep walking the way I'm supposed to, raise these kids, man. That's it. That's all I can. This is personal because we've dealt with the police throughout from the time I've been young until now, and you gotta teach our kids about these situations so they can come home without being harmed. But they have to comply. If you give them a reason, they're gonna do it. The police will do it. But if we prep them, all my kids, I had to prep them because I already knew the dangers of just driving in general. But we got to teach them about the laws and teach them when you do get pulled over, these are the things that you need to do. Because sometimes they're going to be on guard. They're going to be some assholes. But if you're being respectful, that tends to change their mind a little bit. It calms them down because you're calm. But if you're compliant, you have nothing to worry about. And I do those tests, HAMP. I used to do it with all of them. I'm going to act like I'm pulling your ass over just to teach you this shit. Whether it's in a parking lot, wherever you're at, just to prep them, because I know the dangers of you losing your life. I've had friends who got abused by police and who have got murdered by police when all they had to do was just do the right thing.
Yeah, I just real shit, Mr. We got expectations for people who never showed us anything different.
True, and I think that's the part of it, because we know the law, or you should know the law, because some people are going to abuse their power.
They're gonna abuse the law when we know it or not, you know. So that's why I said I don't want to focus on what us old niggas, we tough.
Yeah.
Right? We gonna fuck the I take that ass whooping. It's all good. I'm talking about your son.
Yeah,
right? Because we don't care about ourselves. When we talking about our sons and shit, hopefully that resonate. You know what I'm saying? And we pick apart the situation, right? And we scrutinize it so that when we having a substantive conversation about the niggas who actually don't care about their own people, we can really speak and say, okay, I see where baby boy did this wrong, right? Little nigga, shut up. Stop acting so sassy, right? He's based on what he knows, he doesn't know quite enough. There's no reason to punch him in his face, right? There's no reason to do all that stuff, right? So you can acknowledge what you can improve on.
Yeah.
Right. That don't mean they exonerated from the behavior.
No, not at all. Like, no.
This right here.
Never put their hands on them. But I also look at it as, if I've taught you everything you already knew, you should have just gave me your license and registration. You should have pulled down the other windows. You could have just passed it through there.
What's up, so man?
That's what I battle with it about, because it could have been so simple as a stop. Yeah, we know that he probably did pull you over for nothing, but all you had to do was comply.
Yeah,
I want to see your ass come home safely. I want to see your ass when you come walk out this door. I want you to be back in one whole piece.
Yeah, and I ain't even saying like, you know, you gotta pussyfoot around and do all this shucking and jiving. I'm saying, yo, you got pulled. He gave you the reason why. It was pretty simple, right? Give him the shit and go to the court and say, prove that it was inclement weather.
Handle that shit accordingly.
So,
most of the time they don't even show up.
Let me read this real quick. What's up, Snowman? So this statement it resonates. Can't say they shut up, CC. Can't say they treat you differently, but then act surprised every time you treat it differently. Like that makes so much sense to me.
Yeah, it does.
I'm just reading this from CC, even though it's not super, because she showed me love every other day. She sent me like $20. She don't moderate for shit now. She the worst moderator in the world, but she one of the best supporters. So go ahead, Snowman. What you got, man?
You know, I've been thinking about this situation, and I've been seeing it a lot more. You know, a lot of these stops like this where people are like, "Let me get your supervisor." You know, I you can't arrest me. Yada da da da. You know, what's your RAS? Do you think just possibly that some of this uptick in people challenging cops is because of this 1A auditor stuff?
What's that?
Where people go out and basically
the cameras.
With the cameras, and audit the cops and how people react when they're just out doing, exercising their First Amendment right. Do you think that possibly some of this pushback on cops is also coming from so much of that being online, and a lot of these young kids not being able to differentiate between someone going out and exercising their First Amendment right somewhere and being pulled over by the cops?
I think people get emboldened by things, and oftentimes you see people say, I could do that. I understand the law. I understand the statutes, right? And in actuality, there's more to understand depending on the circumstance. What they misunderstand about the audits is those guys who do those audits, right? They control the environment. So they're literally standing on a sidewalk. So they know they're compliant. They can record a public building. They know in the middle of a traffic stop, there's a lot of, you got to know all of it.
Well,
right?
See, I think what a lot of them overlook too is a lot of those guys are willing to get arrested and go to jail because they have lawyers on retainer ready to go to, take these cops to court for violating their rights.
Yeah. It's it's very intentional, very purposeful. It's controlled, right? In a way.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wonder if, seeing a lot more of that, because you do see a lot more of those types of videos on social media now with the auditor type stuff, and people challenging cops' authority and, governmental authority. And I wonder how much of that is also going into play with how many of these young kids who are already undereducated to begin with on what the reality of our government is, our governmental structure, how things are supposed to be run, basically misreading these things and conflating one situation with the other. I mean, because look, dude, you're talking to a guy that I remember when I first started getting into the Constitution, I was one of them guys that challenged the cops too on the side of the road. You want to know when I stopped getting arrested and stopped getting my face bounced off of my own car? when I stopped challenging them with my what I thought were my constitutional rights and just challenged it in court.
Yeah, that's what it is. Ain't nobody saying
and nobody's saying that the cop was in the right either. I mean, these situations, both people can be in the wrong.
Yeah, that's the key point, right? You can point out the flaws, right? Where the correction is, you know, and the out in the street is not the place where you fight the law. Law is fought in court. That's it. Ain't nobody saying roll over and play dead, but you got to know when to put the dukes up, you know, and it just be so, everybody's so brave, so brazen, so tough. When we know most people ain't never had no police contact, ain't never been to jail, never had they head bounced off a car, not off the street, not off of nobody's fist, nothing. So we saying, hey, be yourself, nigga. Make your way to the courtroom, and that's where you fight. You got money, you got smarter people, you got attorneys, you got the judge who might be having a good day. Fight where you successful. Fight where you usually fight. We go to work and come home every day. That's what we do.
My stepbrother was a little criminal, man. Mm-hmm. I remember one night we were coming back from the club. He was driving. We was in his Bronco too. Cops got behind him. He was drunk. He decided he wanted to outrun the cops in a one stoplight town. All right. Dumbest thing I ever saw. Well, anyhow, cop pulls us over. He gets out of the car. It's in the wintertime, so he's wearing one of them big, it was back when the big, fat down jackets were popular and stuff. So he's wearing one of them big, heavy down jackets, man. Cops go to put the cuffs on him. He pulls out of the sleeves of his coat, takes off running down the road. Cop tases him. He falls to the ground. I'm in the car laughing my ass off. I ain't gonna lie. I laugh like a mug. But, they had even with my stepbrother, it was, a routine with him. Every time they had an interaction with him, they knew that they was going to have to either chase him down or they were going to have to, wrestle him down to the ground. I mean, dude, there was one day I was coming to my mom's house. I watched 3 cops chasing my stepbrother through the damn field that was behind my mom's house. All 3 of them tased him at once. He dropped straight to the ground in the snow. I'm not resisting. So, the thing is if we know cops are already going to be on the offense, they're going to have an offensive posture towards us. They're going to be reacting, to, we already know they don't like us, period. They do not like civilians. If you ain't wearing a badge, you ain't shit to them, period. Regardless. Why would you want to make the encounter already worse when you already know that the guy that you're messing with, he doesn't like you or respect you anyhow?
Yeah,
I just want people to be mindful as well. The one thing, if you're doing some shit wrong, you should expect anything to go left. You get pulled over, you got weed on you, you driving under the influence and all of that shit, and then we play the blame game as well. That's why when I tell my kids, do shit the correct way. Fuck being right, do the correct thing. Because we will put ourselves in situations and then blame the motherfuckers when we were doing the wrong shit. I can't stand that. Like, don't give them a reason because they will fuck with you anyway. But at least if you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing the right way in the correct way by the law, you won't even have to worry about the extra bullshit that comes with it. Because it could be some bullshit. And that's what we have to keep on teaching these damn kids that.
Here's the thing, right? It's listen, you have a lot of rights. You can shut up, right? That's one right that we kind of dismiss, right? Yeah. Most of the time, if I get pulled over, I'll ask, what happened? I give them my stuff. I'm pretty stoic. I'm pretty stern, right? I go to court if I need to. I pay the fine. If it's connected to points, I'll try to fix, right? You don't have to do too much, right? Don't mean you have to kowtow. Right. But I roll down all my windows because I know my disposition. I know what the preset position is from the cop. I understand the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? They don't see the 6 car seats in the back. Right. You know what I mean? They just see me. Right. And I assume that they see me. For what they think I could be. Right. And so, and I'm not even like super duper disarming, but I do things that make sense. I roll down the windows, I put my hands on the steering wheel, right? Because we've seen people get shot for no reason. God bless the dead, Fernando Castillo. right? We seen that happen. So we ain't stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not playing with them, and they ain't playing with me. Don't ask me a bunch of questions about where you going and all that. That's not the conversation. What you got? What's the ticket for? And that's the conversation that we having. You know, long and short, get it done.
Do you think all this could have been avoided if, when he had that door open, rather than shut the door and lock it, he would have just got out?
Yeah.
And complied with the officer's orders about getting out of the car? You know, he probably wouldn't have got beat up. He probably wouldn't have got slammed. He probably wouldn't have even got arrested. He would have just got a ticket.
Yeah, I see him getting a ticket when he gets out. He already opened the door, right? You know, so you're hanging out the car. If he gets out, I think that it wouldn't have escalated to that extent. He probably, if he gets out, even running his mouth, I think he avoids getting punched and some more shit. Because when you do shit like this, right? Once the cop busts the door or busts the window, that cop already got his adrenaline pumped. Now he pumped up.
He's out.
Yeah. You feel me? He ready to rock now.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking like that. You know, and I just use things that I can make sense for me, right? Snowman, right, Mr. Williams. So I'll be sparring, right? And we going. Somebody hit me with a good shot, it's lit now.
Right. Now your energy just spiked. Your adrenaline just now there's some get back coming.
I take this shit more serious.
I go in the round saying, yo, I'm gonna be on my front foot. So that means I'm kind of going backwards, you know, trying to play defense. They hit me with a good shot and it spit come out my mouth. Man, fuck that. I'm going, you know. So
you ain't playing no more.
Yeah, like okay, see, I'm trying to be, and I just think about shit like how things get processed, and we want the police to be an elevated leader and authority, but we haven't seen it in mass to expect it.
Yeah.
Well, see, and that's the thing, man. Is I like how you titled this "Are We Being Gaslit?" Because I've been sitting back. And after they released a police body cam footage, I'm sitting here wondering, well, why did this kid actually cut out so much of his own video? And only go to the point to where the supervisor's there and the supervisor gives a nod for him to break the window. That's when he actually starts playing what he recorded. But if you remember, when he shut the door, the cop said, yeah, I'm recording too. So obviously the guy in the car said that he was recording. So he'd been recording the whole time since he shut the door. Why didn't he show all that? Why are people intentionally lying to get an emotional response out of the community?
Yeah, that's the part I hate. That's the part that really scuffs my Tim the most. Yeah. Right? Like, cause it just like you playing on people emotion. People got enough shit to do. Yeah. You got enough kids to worry about, and what else? What is another situation? Give us all the information at once. Stop holding shit. Yes. Even with the shit over there in Frisco, Texas, give us the information.
Yeah, let us have it all. And I hate the 15% when there's a whole 100% that we need to know. I hate that shit.
Yeah. And then we start reacting and responding emotionally, and then. And then we just look foolish.
Again about Breonna Taylor shit. Just got
gaslit. I can't even talk about Breonna right now.
That was just horrible,
Because that one's horrible. I just looking at this, but this is so much tangible right now. Yeah. I seen one boy, he was a sailor. I think he was like 24, 25. It was in Florida. And so they're talking about some type of disturbance or something, some argument. So the cop goes to his apartment and knocks on the door. He opens the door, but he has his gun on him.
Yeah.
The cop is responding to a disturbance and like, oh, it's upstairs. I think it was the wrong apartment though.
I think so.
And he opens the door, and the guy, he I think his gun is lawful, and he has the gun. The cop's responding to a disturbance.
Yeah.
But he don't know that, right? And I don't know if he said. I think he said police at the door, and the sailor, he ain't doing nothing in the house. And it's just like you dealing with humans, bro. And the training ain't there. The training ain't there.
Well, I think that aside from the training, I think the biggest way that we could relieve remedy a lot of this cop aggression thing is for cops to have to be licensed and bonded, just like a construction worker or a tradesman is. If you own a business and you're out in the trades and you're a construction worker, you have to have at least a minimum of $1 million license and bond on yourself in case you get sued for screwing up someone's property. why are police not required to carry their own license and bonding as well? Why is it the citizens that are left with the brunt of paying with their tax dollars, you know, the mistakes that are made?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting point for sure. And I think that's the other thing that happens, you know. And I just get irritated when I see Ben Crump ass. Just because I met him in person, I'm like, why is he always the guy? Like, dude,
he irritates me, man.
Can't even talk. Let me get Lee in because I got to get out of here. Lee, you there?
Yeah, man, what's goody, bro?
What's goody?
Shit, chilling, man. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm glad that he got snuffed. Glad they grabbed him out the car, broke his window, all that crazy shit. That dude, like 30-something years old or whatever, he's an whole adult, and he acting like a child around police officers. Yeah, he needed a little lesson. And then on top of that, everybody else need a lesson on what not to do, because it's always going to escalate. Well, I wouldn't say always, because I watch these type of videos all the time, and sometimes cops don't do all that. But for a guy like that, because I watched the whole shit since the whole traffic stop, this dude was being so belligerent, it was ridiculous, man. So he hyped that cop up, and now he want to go crying because that cop gave him exactly what he was asking for. I just don't think. I think if you play stupid games, you're gonna get stupid prizes. It's just that simple, bro. It's just that simple.
Why you want him to get snuffed though, Lee?
Because he deserved it. A lot of niggas, like, I saw this video in Houston, right, that just happened, where this guy was trying to cut through traffic illegally as hell. Like, it was a bunch of cars, and he was going the opposite way, trying to cut through them, beeping his horn, trying to hit them. A cop then, right, runs up to his front passenger seat and tries to open his door, like, yo, get out. The motherfucker almost killed the cop by pinning him in between two cars. This was an old dude. Don't matter what race he was. He wasn't that old. He probably was like 48, 50. Doing some stupid shit like that. Guess what happened to him? He got shot 6 times. See what I'm saying? Like, bro, nobody playing with y'all, bro. A lot of people, bro, you should just be thankful to be here. Anything else than being thankful to be here, somebody need to get you the fuck up out of here. Somebody need to snuff you in your face. Somebody need to body slam you, all type of shit. Let you know that, yo, it's real rules out here, B. You're not just out here trying to beep everybody. Because, these type of dudes go around and be menaces to society, my nigga. They be running stop signs, about to get people killed, doing hella dumb shit. And they finally meet somebody that can actually put hands on them. I love to see it. I bet you he one of those guys that be driving around doing stupid shit, cursing out men, women, and children, all type of dumb shit. Now he get here. Now he a victim. Now, nah, bro. If you would act like that around the police, imagine how you would act if a regular civilian just told you was doing something wrong. Yo, what you doing? Yo, you just ran that light. You think that's the guy that's gonna go, oh shit, my bad? No. So fuck that guy. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. And just because he black, that don't mean shit to me.
That's Lee.
Shout out to Lee.
It's so stupid. I swear, bro. I see these type of people all the time, bro. Especially out here in Miami. They get drunk. They start running lights. Yo, you will say something to him, nigga, or whip a gun out on you. Straight like that. He one of them niggas that'll do that. And then Jacksonville? Yeah, okay. Let you have met him at a stop sign and you try to stop him and be like, yo, bro, you almost hit that kid. You think he'd have been like, damn, my bad. You right. He ain't a good Samaritan. He a piece of shit. He deserved to get snuffed. They should have slammed him, scooped him, brought him up here, and dumped him straight on his shit. That's what they should have did. He a piece of shit, bro. Everybody that's not a piece of shit, when they deal with the cops, they deal with them with respect. It just is what it is. Anybody that's not doing that, unless you like 21, you a child, you young, I'll give you some grace. But if you're a grown ass man trying to play court with the cops and I need to speak to you like a little bitch, I need to speak to your supervisor. No, nigga, speak to this cuffs, speak to this fist to the face, and speak to this jail. That's what you're gonna do. And then you're gonna get some bread, but I don't even care about you getting bread. I don't care about a one win. I want everybody else to see the type of shit that happen when you do stupid shit like this. Not even just to cops, but to civilians. Niggas like I said, dudes like him do shit like this to civilians all the time, bro. And we can't do shit. Right? We can't chase him down. We can't throw him out the car and get Now I don't want to say get back, but put them in a position where it's like, yo, bro, you gotta follow the rules, bro. Like follow the rules, B. Stop running the stop signs. Stop running the red lights. Stop cutting people off at 100 miles an hour. That's the type of shit guys like him do, man. I promise you.
Lee.
My bad, I'm going on.
Let me ask you a question. Does it change his perspective? He was 22 years old.
That changed my perspective a little bit. If he's 22, see, then I put him in the grace period. I give him a little grace, but sorry that it had to happen to you then at that point. If you're 22, but bro, you can't play like that, bro. Nobody playing with you, bro.
If he's smart, it won't happen again.
It won't. That uppercut gonna confirm that it won't happen again. Because now he know. Go ahead.
Nah. I was just saying. I think the key is right. Ain't nobody playing with you. You know what? My fear is the stereotype. It lands on me. It lands on you too, Lee. You know what I'm saying? And they see us. What I'm saying is, before we defeat the stereotypes, they see us in a particular way. And then once you start to have the conversation or be compliant, they be like, oh, okay. But initially, there's a stereotype that we have to defeat most often.
Is that based off of color or just based off of all Americans? Because they do that shit to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. So color. I'm not saying that it. I know it happens, but the color matters, in the sense of how we see each other. So, for instance, like this, Lee. Think about this. Let me give you that and see what you think. Right. You got a bunch of young cats, right? You got 4 or 5 YNs walking, right? You leave in South Beach, the good part. They walking towards you. You walking towards them. What's the thought process in your head? I'm just saying the stereotypes hit different based on the group that you associate.
Well, it's not. Well, honestly, man, it's not because they black. It's about how they dress and how they walk, and I can hear their conversation. Like I don't really honestly, man. I don't really based off colors about how they dress. Because if I'm in a good neighborhood, I might see some black kids who just came from school and they got suits and ties on. I'm not afraid of those kids. But if I see you with some dingy shorts on and your pants sagging and you got sandals on, then yeah, I'm looking at you crazy. I'm looking at you like you ain't got money. And if you ain't got money, then yeah, that right there is usually like poorness is more of an indicator to me than anything else. But I see what you're saying. I mean, maybe, yeah, you could probably say some of them look at us like, yeah, but I think it's all about how we dress, how we talk to them and all the other stuff. Now, maybe the skin color might be like, oh shit, this, whatever. But I think it's so minuscule, man. I think the big difference is how you respond to them, man. Because I've never had a problem with the cops. Never. Bro, I'd be driving 50 miles an hour, bro. 60 miles an hour, get stopped. You speeding. I'm talking to him. Yeah, man, I was being dumb, man. My bad, bro. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I'm gonna let you on for the warning. You know how many times that done happened? And I'm talking about the Hispanic cops too, the ones that really be on bullshit. They be waiting to trip on you. They'll just let you go. They'll just let you go. And these Florida cops are crazy. They're absolutely crazy, waiting to trip on you. So, like I said, man, it's really about who. If they look, I mean, I can't say what they perceive, but I don't think it's that much about color and more about when they come to that front window, how you giving it up? Is it how you doing, officer, or is it yo get your supervisor? Weak ass badge. I bet you wouldn't do nothing with that badge on. Yeah, if I was a cop, I'm like, I'll be talking to him like, yo, we gonna rough this nigga up, yo. I'm gonna snuff him. As soon as we get out the car, I'm gonna snuff this nigga and body slam him. That's why I'm coming. Because yeah, we're gonna teach them a lesson. I think I've always thought that cops, and I don't care what nobody says, I always thought that cops are like they're able to teach people lessons that other people be wishing they could do. Like we all see it. Keep it 100. When you drive and you see it, you see some weird shit that you wish you could intervene on, but you like, damn, I ain't got 1,000 police officers at my disposal to make sure that I'm safe. But the cops do. So I want them to overreact. Yes, I want them to be snuffing niggas. I want them to shoot a few niggas. And when I say niggas, I'm not just talking about black people. But yeah, if you overreact, and get you the fuck up out of here, because that only tells me that when you out here around citizens, you definitely be tripping. you definitely be tripping. And I think a lot of people don't take account for that.
Yo,
I
Lee,
landed there.
no,
Appreciate you.
one thing you said, no doubt. I get beans and I gotta get up out of here. But one thing you said that I think that we don't understand about this situation is what's happening while we interacting with the one cop. Because if the call that was put out said what? Got someone who is non-compliant, etc. Right? So now, what is that in layman's terms? Y'all got smoke. So now every Jake that's pulling up, they on go. Right? And I think that the situation is already what it is, and depending on how it's painted, like dispatch calls, bro. I've heard a dispatch call that sensationalized the situation. Now the cops is on high alert. You know, like all that shit, because now they going off of what their man said. Know what I'm saying? No, it's real. Let me read these. Ronald with the $5. Most likely, when the cop told the driver to keep his hands where he could see him, it was when the driver was putting on his seatbelt. Okay. Vet Life with the $10 is DJ Hamp, Aaron, salute my favorite brothers. Vet Life was popping. DJ Hamp. I live in the Jacksonville area, and when I first saw it, I thought typical aggressive Jacksonville? What's he saying? JSO with that? Jacksonville, like young boy or something. But once our news, etc., dropped, the body cam vid, bruh. Oh, you saying typically aggressive Jacksonville police? Okay. And then you saying you saw the video cam? Okay, so you saying that you see not at like how Lee's saying it, but you see a level of reason why it happened. Okay. John with the $5 Lee always going left. Damn, my guy 100. Caesar's Palace with the $2 Lee. If cops mess up, should they also get got? He said, of course. You on mute, Lee.
That's funny as hell. You from up north, so you know exactly what I said. But yeah, of course. That's it. Of course, they should get got.
Reaper Rel with the $10 says, F you, Hamp, but salute. What's popping, Reaper? Yeah, this guy was a piece of shit, manipulating black pain to get a payday that the taxpayers have to pay for. Lee about to battle 3 Filipinos to a breakdancing battle with that background. Beans, what's goody, man?
Perfect.
What up, man?
What's good?
I really came to see how many excuses Angry Snowman was making. I just wanted to see him defend the badge as usual. Damn, it seems like every time I come on your show, I gotta say rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan, man. One of my childhood, you know what I'm saying, superstars, man. That's crazy, man. I've been a bitch already, but did you watch the press conference? The police, the black police officers did?
A little bit. I didn't watch it all. I had it queued up, but I didn't watch it. How'd he do?
Bro, it's like this is what it comes down to when we talking about what it's like being black in America. Like people that haven't been this, they just cannot understand it, right? When you had these cops do this, then they put some black cops out there in the front, right, to say all these goofy shit and make all these excuses for why it was okay for them to be punching on this kid. You know, a part of me was laughing because it's like, I can't even believe it. You have to laugh at it to not be upset or cry, as they say. But then another part of me was like, this is why I say I don't think black people should participate. Don't be a police officer. Don't be a politician. Don't be any of these things inside the system that perpetuate the BS against us. All that, we need black people in there to stop it. How? At the end of that video, it was a black man who ran up to make sure that boy, you know what I'm saying, wasn't getting out of those white men's hands, right? It was a black cop at the end of that video. And then they put 2 black cops out there to say, by the way, his license was suspended. He had a knife and he had all this other stuff that white people have and anybody else could have. Anybody, what difference does that make? What does any of that have to do with the fact that they punched on that man? It has nothing to do with that. It's irrelevant at this point. I just don't understand why anybody would make excuses. Some people I understand are insane, so I give them a pass. But
and I think when we was just breaking down the video, right? The reason why he gets stopped based on the laws they have in Florida is lawful. Non-compliance is non-compliance. But if you are overly aggressive, like with the punching and stuff that doesn't make sense, that needs to be called out. When we assess it from start to finish, okay, where was he wrong? Where was he right? What was justified? What's unjustified? And to your point, him having a suspended license don't mean he get punched in the face. That's not a tactic that's used trying to detain people. Yeah, but I understand you saying people are like, well, he got punched because he don't have a license.
Right.
That's not the thing. Right. Yeah. But you can say, you based on the codes in Jacksonville means you would say, okay, based on the law, the statutes, you are not compliant to the law and they can ask you for your ID when you operate a motor vehicle. Right. Mm-hmm. If you don't furnish that, you would be disobeying a lawful order. Right. We can see all that stuff. Right. And that's what we were kind of parsing out. I just don't like when we get his little clip of the video and they don't give us all of the context. And if we start making determinations and that shit make us look foolish, I just hate it. I just hate it's like they gaslight us with these parsing the information out. Was you up here, Beans, when we went through the lady? I forget her name, and I don't mean to. With the pot of water?
Yeah. I absolutely right. For that.
And I think we did a decent job of taking our time with that one. But when we finally got everything and Cell came up and we boom, right? We ain't look dumb. But when they get us these 10-second clips, you know what I mean? And then we get provoked. You know what I'm saying? Like it annoys me, Sonya Massey, yeah.
It's nothing really to me, it's nothing really to see. Even if it is the law, here's the thing. This is why I hate and I always say people who argue for the law are stupid. Because laws change. Mm-hmm. So today you arguing for this law. I'll give you an example. In Chicago, when weed was illegal, everybody mama, you don't need to be out there smoking that weed. Now that it's legal, it's okay. You can smoke in my garage, you can smoke in my back. You see what I'm saying? You hated this thing. You had all this negative stuff to say about it when it was illegal. But now that it's legal, you all good with it. And it just shows that you don't think for yourself. Right, and most people are offended by those of us who can.
Yeah, I remember the police blotter. I used to look at it in my neighborhood in DC. When weed got legalized that weekend, the arrest dropped by 400 arrests. So it was 400 less arrests as soon as weed went legal. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah, because legality ain't morality, right? We understand that for sure.
I don't think people do. We understand that. I don't think people do. I think most people base their morality around the law. I would say most conservative people, specifically. I know some liberals do too, but they're gonna argue law. That's why they was trying to throw Carmelo in the jail for the rest of his life. Soon as the story came out, no evidence at all. All they was arguing was the law, right? And that's what I'm saying. Laws change. We see the law get somebody 10 years probation for taking 4 lives, right? And then somebody else get life in prison for 1 life. That's what the law does.
It's inconsistent.
For the law?
It's inconsistent, and the application of it is inconsistent. Especially as it pertains to different nationalities, for sure. Right? We see that. Damn, you said something I wanted to. And that's the thing. Right, the laws they change. Right, there's different statutes and like you mentioned. Remember that we had a conversation about precedents and etc. What case law you use to dispute. Right, and it's about what can be proven. Right, it's to your point. It's about what can be proven. Right, it ain't even about right or wrong. It's literally what you can prove or not prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Right. Niggas catching Ray Lewis. I don't know how the fuck he got out that car. Everybody dead in the motherfucker but him. I don't know how that happens, but they could not prove it. They could, beyond a reasonable doubt, they could not prove that Ray smoked them people. They could not prove that Marvin Harrison was putting in work at that car wash. And you looking at it, right, Beans? Hold on. It was 3 people in there. Only Marvin walked out and they had beef. Right? We just looking at it. But per the law, to your point, if you can't prove it, it don't matter what's obvious. As long as they can put doubt in enough jurors' minds. Right? Like literally, you know what I'm saying?
But with that situation, I think we know he was worth more out than he was in.
Oh yeah, no. There's that, but that's the nuances of it, right? Like, you know,
because the reason why I say that is I figured out something a few shows ago. Conjecture and speculation is damn near literally the same thing, and yet the prosecutor is allowed to present conjecture, but you're not allowed to speculate. If you speculate, objection, speculation, cause to speculate, but they can speculate the whole time because that's what evidence is, speculation, right?
Yeah.
It's not, you don't necessarily have facts, you have speculation, right? You have something you're saying, I have an idea that happened, right?
Circumstantial shit is literally like based on what we can speculate on the circumstances without fingerprints, DNA, OJ, you had to have. Who else would want to kill him, right? Like it's literally, 100%, man. And I think because it's so much like that, when I'm looking at the boy in this clip, I'm like, yo, there's things you can control, and you obviously don't know the laws that you are trying to, because he's trying to leverage what he thinks he knows about the law against the police, and he doesn't know.
Right. And
then it escalates to a point to where he can't. He don't have no more control over the situation. So I'm trying to figure out, how do we make sure our kids make it home? I don't think we care about ourselves as much.
No, I care about me. I care about me a lot. I've had way too many interactions with the police, and in some of the moments I acted like I didn't care. But that's because you get tired. Everybody has that precipice, where it's like, okay, something got to give. I've snapped, I've fought with the police, but the majority of the time, I just played the heartstrings because I was wrong majority of the time. You know what I'm saying? Dead wrong.
Yeah, it's like whenever they call, it's 3 calls. I already understand it. But anytime they call for me, it's 3 cars.
Lee, what you want to say, man? I gotta go, man. This Thursday, I got shit to do. I usually don't go live, but I said I can't wait till Friday. I gotta talk about this 3-car Playboy, man.
What do I have to say about this? Follow the law. I like people that follow the law. I like people that respect other citizens, because it's not really about it's really about the laws being there to protect people. Like right now, there's an old lady walking across the street. It's a always stop sign. If those laws wasn't there, somebody blow right past and hit her. I've actually seen that happen out here in Florida a few times. Don't listen to people that always just want to call people stupid and stuff like that, because those are mainly the dumbest people in the room. And we live in a great country. You don't have to be arguing with the cops. You don't have to be going against the grain unless you want to, get a little payday. Then, if that's the case, get snuffed in your face by the cops. They give you some bread. Ain't nothing serious. We don't got to make it all about all black people. No, just some niggas need some bread, so they know what they doing. It is what it is. But respect the authority, man. Respect the authorities. Respect other people, because that's what the laws are for, so we can respect each other a little bit more. And that's it, man. I hope everybody have a great day.
No doubt. Beans, Mr. Williams, anything else?
Yeah, I would just say to like interracial couples, you think, let me ask you, Hamp, real quick, do you think if most people had the option to time travel, they would do it?
Yes.
So like, let's just say you a white man or a black man married to a white woman or a black woman. but you just want to travel back to 1955 to see what it was like. What's gonna happen when you get there? Then you're gonna be there arguing for the law. They're gonna tell you, no, the law is you can't be married to this person right now. We about to lynch you. Yeah, but I'm from 2025. It's okay in 2025. Well, not here, nigga. Take this here rope, right? So I'm just saying, bro. Anybody arguing for the law is a retard. I'm sorry. I can't put it any better than that. Anybody arguing for the law is retard. In every situation, form your own opinion. Period. Nobody's saying you got to break the law. Nobody's saying don't follow the law. But in conversation, this is our moment of freedom. Right here. This is about the most freedom we get is in conversation. So use that. Think for yourself. Tell me what you really think. Forget the law.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's what I was talking about today. Because I'll just do my final thought, you know. The gaslighting point is important to me. You know, I just hate the fact they make us look stupid when they parse shit out to us and we don't give us all the information and then we respond emotionally, right? And I'm not saying emotional responses aren't warranted. I just want them to be vetted when we do it. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that we're well informed when we give our opinions. You know, we can disagree with the law informed, so you know what I mean? In a substantive way. Not just, and I say, fuck the Jakes is what I yell out walking out the jailhouse, right? You know, but I want to be informed when I'm saying fuck the Jakes. Here's why. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know what I mean? Not just cuz. We grew up, cuz wasn't an answer for me.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Right. Don't gaslight me, put some shit in front of me to pull on, make me feel a way about it. Then I get all the information and now I'm confounded. I'm stuck. Now I'm apologizing. Nah, give me the info. And if I'm on your side, I'm gonna be on your side. Right? But don't give me half the story to skew it. They make me look like an idiot. That's my point. You know?
Facts.
Hey man, I'll be live tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to break down. We got to break down the Bean show that he was only on for 15 minutes of the 4 hours. The POV show. And yeah, man. So tomorrow, dope. We're going to play some music. We're going to do the stream, look at some stuff. I think I already got a premise laid out. Beans, I love you. Mr. Williams, I love you. Everybody, thank you for coming. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all thank you for y'all coming for the risky pop-up show. I know this was unplanned, but we had to get it popping, man. Coming to Discord if you're looking for some entertainment. It's Toxic Thursday. You have been warned. But it's all good. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. And we out.